Oh, we are here. Sweet. All right. Actually hit the button correctly this time. Thank you.
Nice.
And welcome to another episode of the Game Drain. We're just chilling back right now. We actually have Twan that's not going to be joining us from what it looks like because this PC, I think it literally just died.
Unfortunate.
Like literally
It's
right before the podcast, which is nuts.
Bad
I don't
timing.
know. I'm guessing it's Friday's CPU, but I don't know. I don't even. He sent us a picture, and it's just like a big picture of his wires and everything in his
It's a
PC.
whole mess of wires.
Yep, we have no idea what's going on there. But Twan will probably not be joining us this evening. But anyways, welcome you guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you can. Much appreciated. As well as we have no guests either this evening. It's just us chilling, talking about what we've been playing, and also talking about, some of the news that's went down. There's been quite a bit of news, that's for sure.
Yeah.
There's been, stuff after the Gamescom all happened. There's PlayStation 5, getting that uppity up in price, which is really cool.
Which is really neat. That is really neat.
It's deserved. Greatness deserves the price increase. Let's go.
Pay the price if you want to experience greatness.
Yeah.
Of a console that looks like it belongs to the friggin' okay, go on.
It had seemed like Amazon was gonna get EA, and then we find out that's not happening, and then we find out that they're thinking about putting their, they're thinking about actually doing it. So I'm just like, what's going on? So there's all sorts of messy things going on. But before we get started in all of that, welcome to Big Ziggy Zoggy. Good to see you up in here as well.
Hello.
Let me go on ahead and ask everybody what we've been playing as of lately. And I'm going to start first with Hard Days Mike because I have no idea what he's been playing. I have an idea. It's probably still Doom.
Well, yes and no. I actually haven't been able to play too much recently because I've been dealing with carpal tunnel and other hand issues pretty badly. And there's some games where I can kind of just power through it, but like I need my full range of motion with my hand when playing Doom. So I haven't been able to play Doom lately. But I've been playing a little bit of it though. Of course, I also want to shout out Ziggy. I got them into Doom Eternal and they're having fun playing it. And I'm giving them all types of tips to continue enjoying it, and they're learning very, very. I'm proud of them.
I think you need to get that accessibility controller.
Yeah, probably at this point. It's actually my friend is like saying if it doesn't really improve like in a month's time, you really should consider that operation for fixing carpal tunnel because it seems more like a deeper rooted issue than just your job and playing Doom. I'm like, oh, that's great. But other than that, I really have just only the little bit I've been playing games. Like, I've only been sparingly playing games because my arms and hands aren't feeling too good. So it's really only been Doom. And a little bit of Immortal Redneck, Immortal Josh, as me and Matt call it. That game is still a ton of fun. And I'm just really looking forward to the future of, some of those games that are shown at Gamescom. I'm now even more interested in what's that game? Meet Your Maker? What's it? I'm Your Maker. What the hell is that game called? Something Your Maker. It's like Meet Your Maker or something like that. It's a game where like it's kind of think of Mario Maker, but it's an FPS game.
Meet Your Maker.
And basically, can I go on about it, Ham, or is that for a different segment?
No, go ahead.
So basically, it's technically competitive in a really smart sense. So, okay, Ziggy, yeah, he got that bad. Okay, I want to ask before I continue. How did he heal Zig? Does he have like full hand strength back by now? Because I would love some, can he even get carpal tunnel anymore? I don't even know how that works. Anyways, so basically, people will make this dungeon, right? and they'd litter it with enemy. It's one hit and you're dead. But the game is designed where it's actually, not impossible to, beat it. They don't fire that quick. It's more or less, it's about understanding the map and learning it. And basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to get through that dungeon. It's really like a giant tower, but they call them dungeons. It's kind of, however, actually the person builds it. And you try to find like a crystal and you want to get it and escape. But if you die to it, if you die to their base, they get the crystal and they also have the opportunity to upgrade their base even more for the next people that want to play it. So it just seems honestly really cool to me. It's definitely kind of like one where I'm keeping more of a close eye on than being like, overly excited, because I'm kind of a little iffy on the one hit thing just because of the fact like but once again, how the game looks, they're not like crazy fast. It's not like Doom fast. You know what I mean? It's like they're kind of more like lumbering around with how they even shoot and swing. So yeah, I think it looks honestly really, really, really fun. Personally, but other than that, realistically, I haven't been playing much else. Yeah, that's really it from me.
All right. Well, while you read back what Ziggy posted back to you in the comments below, I'm gonna ask him, Matt, what he's been up to, what he's been playing, what's been going on.
Oh, dude, Death Stranding. Death Stranding, and Halo. I'm playing Halo 1 right now. I got that on the original. I've been playing through that on 360.
I really like your ambiance right now. It's very PlayStation. It's
right.
It's so blue and pretty and just absolutely gorgeous. I want you to go on ahead and tell me what you've been playing on your PlayStation.
What?
Tell me what you've been playing on your PlayStation. I mean, you can't be just hanging out in that kind of light and you ain't playing nothing on your PlayStation, bro.
I played Destiny for like an hour the other day. About it.
That's come on, man. That console went up in price. It went up in valuable.
No,
it went up in value.
It went up in price.
You know what? I think they should raise the games too by another like $10 in every currency.
At least
I think that would be a good way. At least,
yeah. And they should charge. And they should charge people in the US $20 since they're not getting the price increase on the console.
Exactly. Like, so, could you imagine paying $90 for God of War, dude? I'd actually, fucking.
Thing is, it'd be worth it though, Mike. Because it's PlayStation. So
true. Yeah. That is true.
Exactly. That is true. So, but yeah, I've really only been playing Death Stranding. Other than that, working on videos. I haven't really been playing a whole lot else. Death Stranding and Halo. Death Stranding is like, I'm so surprised, and I'm about to say this. Death Stranding is fucking phenomenal. It's
you're only saying that now because it's on it.
I'm only saying that now because I'm only playing it now.
Oh Lord, here we go. You're only saying
I'll play it on the PS5. It'll still be fucking phenomenal.
You're saying that now
don't play it on that
because you know why you're saying that.
Because it came to Game Pass and it gave me a reason to try it.
You know what you're doing. You.
Oh my God! Shut up, Ham. I just want to hear about the game.
It's really.
Tell me about the game.
It's really good.
Oh my!
I'll tell you, Mike. When I was in the party with you, and I was like talking about how that cutscene was like 40 minutes long. I'm not lying. It is. But once you get to about, I don't know, an hour, 2 hours into the game, then the cutscenes become less frequent, and it's more just like how there's dialogue in Skyrim, where like you can skip it all if you want, but it's not a cutscene. It's not like a big production that you have to watch. So so it's just like
is there really 45-minute cutscenes?
I don't know if it was 45 minutes. I mean, I know there is apparently a 45-minute cutscene later in the game, But dude, I don't.
In Doom Eternal, I can hardly handle the elevator scene at last 3 seconds. I don't know if I can deal with that.
Yeah, I don't.
See, I want people in the chat to hit that like button if they think Matt's just playing this game because it says Xbox somewhere.
It doesn't say Xbox.
Actually, like this video if you think Han Solo is a fraud.
Do not do that. Do not do that. Because I already put out a reason to like it. Now we don't even know why anymore.
I'm gonna like it because Han Solo's a fraud.
Oh Ziggy, my God. Like it because Han's a fraud. And say in the comment that's why you like it. If they're on my side, you can't turn them against me.
If Ham's a fraud, press 1. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. There you go.
If Ham's a fraud, press 1. Type 1 and send.
But it's
come on. There's 5 of you. Everyone, press 1 and send.
It's actually a genuinely good game, and I'm very surprised that I feel that way because I was expecting to really not enjoy my time with that game.
Yeah,
but surprisingly, it's fucking phenomenal. I still, as much as I'm trying to fully grasp the story, I still don't. I get that what you're doing. I get what you're doing in the game, but I'm like, what the fuck happened? I'm like, what the fuck happened? Why is the world like this? But I hope I'll figure it out when I continue to play. I don't know.
Too big, you're an asshole.
Too big spam.
This is spamming one.
Our Hawaiian brethren.
Let's go.
You know
that's
what?
perfect.
Oh, I love it.
That's really all I've been playing. What about you?
So
what have you been playing?
Actually, I've been playing some Death Stranding. I'm as caught up in Death Stranding on PC as I am on PlayStation now, and it's not very far in the game. I haven't been able to play that much of it because I went to meet up with the lady's parents in Lexington, Nebraska, and we did a bunch of Lexington type shit, which was a whole lot of nothing. We did go to an arcade though, and that was pretty dope. Did this like 4D, or not 4D, this VR. I did this VR thing where you're at like a gunner, the floor moves under you, and they have like fans like surrounding you, and it was really cool. And that shit was really cool. And then me and the father-in-law went through the entire campaign of the Halo like arcade thing, and that shit was pretty cool.
Oh, dude, the Halo. Can I say something about that Halo arcade game though?
Sure, go ahead.
That shit eats through tokens like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
like
we spent more money than we should. That's for sure.
It's absurd. It's like here's like 50,000 flood bosses, and here's a single combat shotgun. I'm like, fuck yourself. You know what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. No,
it's fun. It's really fun.
We were dying literally like within 30 seconds of each other. So we knew that game was just bullshit.
A coin. Right? Yes. I beat it with my brother, but it's bullshit. You eat through so much because they're like, there's a point where they give you a plasma pistol. I'm pretty sure you have to fight banshees. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And you can't even charge it. Like you have to shoot it.
No, you can't.
Like I'm like, what is
it? It's weird. It shoots like a plasma rifle.
Oh yeah, dude. It's fun though. The ending's sad. Did you get to the ending?
Yeah. We got all the way through it to the end, and we rolled credits.
I was sad. That was sad. I mean, it was predictable, but it was sad. It's just so kind of. Matt, can we spoil the ending of the arcade game? Do you even care?
You can spoil the arcade.
Dude,
I'm not gonna play.
You just basically get the master. You cover the Master Chief long enough to get out, and it's like, it was nice serving with you. And then the fucking ring explodes. What happened? It's like everyone just dies. It's like, all right. Oh my god.
Yeah, we were happy to complete it though. We were trying to like work through the rest of the money that we had, and we're like, perfect, we can do this.
Yeah.
So we did that and played some other games and shit like that. It was a really good time for me, my daughter, my wife. her,
and me,
mom and dad. That was fun. Oh yeah, and for Mike apparently as well. But
let's go.
Let's see. Other than that, I don't know if I've been really playing any other games, really, to be honest, other than like I said, Death Stranding and that. I guess I'm
going to Rhode Island.
The Warriors.
Ooh, banger.
Yeah, banger. Fantastic game.
Banger. The Warriors game is fucking fantastic.
Warriors, okay.
Yeah,
good, man.
This guy right here, the Warriors. It's a fantastic game, made by Rockstar as well.
Yep,
really good game. All right, but anyways, I think we should go on ahead and just get after it. So, like,
can I say something one last final thought? Going to Rhode Island tomorrow to go to an arcade that has a ton of arcade machines from the 80s and 90s, and I'm super excited. Just wanted to say that. Really excited.
Yeah, man, that sounds pretty fun. Yeah, dude, the arcade it's a lot of fun, but it's also like it's a money cruncher, man. It is a money cruncher.
It's like a blender.
It is like you pull out $60 and then like each thing that you do is like anywhere between like $1 to $5. So we lost that in like 15-20 minutes and then just kept going back and throwing our money in. It was like buying firecrackers. He's like literally just blowing money. But
that's fucking funny.
But so that's pretty much what we've been playing lately. Not a whole lot, not spectacular. There wasn't I did play Midnight Fight Express. I forget about that joint. Like that
oh my god, I did play that.
That game right there is
that game's awesome.
That game's pretty hot. If you have Game Pass right now, you can go download Midnight Fight Express. It's kind of like a top-down game. Not bird's eye view, but more or less like The Ascent, if you've ever played that game. To where you can't move your camera at all, but it's fighting. It's mainly fighting. They do have like some guns in there and like throwable objects, but it's mostly hand-to-hand combat. Really fun game.
Fantastic. When I found out there was guns in that game went from like a 7 to an 8, 8.5 for me. Just by having guns in there. Like that's phenomenal.
Can I say something that's great about that game?
What's that?
It's the fact that the whole game is just like make them fucking pay. That's the entirety of the game. It's like every second that drone is like fucking fuck them up. I love it. He's like break their fucking legs. I'm like, yeah, dude, let's go. Like I love that shit, dude. We need more of that. We need that energy in games, dude. Fuck them up, make them pay. It's great.
Yeah, it's really fun. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, I did play The Witcher on my Switch for a little while, and that was terrible.
Let's go.
That wasn't fun. I did that because usually I bring a console with me when I go out of town, but this time I was like, I'll just bring the Switch and see how it goes. And
you don't even need a next gen patch for that if you got the Switch.
Oh yeah, you're right. I mean, I'm not sure if it could really handle a next gen patch at all.
I mean, it is the next gen patch. I think they're gonna bring it to the Xbox and the PS5.
Could you imagine? Do they just force it to run at 20 FPS at like 280p or whatever?
It's just the Switch port, but it runs at like 600 FPS.
Yeah,
it is rough though. I didn't have a blast playing it. I went and killed the second Griffin. Like I'm pretty early in the game. And yeah, it was cool. I mean, it felt pretty nice. The story felt pretty nice, but it was just hard looking at that and knowing that I could be getting a way better experience on a console.
Yeah, it's impressive for what it is. It's impressive that it's there, but it shouldn't be there. It shouldn't.
Yeah.
I wish I would have never bought it on Switch. Like I wish I would have bought that game, but just not on there. That's
that's the only place you own it on?
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, because I bought my Switch and I was like, I need a good game to play. So I bought The Witcher, and then I went on, and at that time I went, no, wait, not at that time, like a week later, it came to Game Pass. It's not there in Game Pass anymore. but it was in Game Pass like a week after I had bought it. So I was livid about that because I wouldn't see what it looked like on Game Pass, and I was like, dude, I don't even want to play this anymore.
Yeah.
It's literally like I'm playing that what was that game that we made ourselves play that was just absolutely horrendous?
7 Days to Die.
7 Days to Die. Yeah, it felt like I was getting that kind of treatment for myself. Like 7 Days to Die.
Oh my god, dude! Nothing will top how funny. Nothing will top how funny that is, dude.
That to this day is the worst game I've ever played, and it's not even close.
I kind of want to download it again.
You should.
You should, and Matt, you should get Crossfire X again because K Mega's been telling me that game has its updates and its new patch, and that
I'll check it out. But
amazing. He said that it's been amazing.
Really? That's weird.
K Mega's a real cool guy, but no, I'm good.
The thing is, I actually like enjoyed like the very baseline of it, but it was so broken in like actual execution that I was like, yeah, I can't play this anymore. So I'll check out the updates. I'll check it out. I enjoyed.
They fixed the turning in the game and stuff like that, so like you can move around better.
Did they fix the map design? Did they fix how terribly the maps were designed? Did they also fix?
I think they dropped new maps. So
but are they also designed terribly? Because that's not good.
Matt's
honestly, they're pretty much. I feel like
from what I heard, the game is
honestly. I think the maps are fine. To be honest with you, dude, I think the issue was the fact with the lack of them because you just constantly. It's kind of how it felt like Infinite at this point. Is why I kind of haven't stopped playing. I don't think Infinite has bad maps. I never do. The
reason I say the maps aren't good is because they're like the spawn points are all fucked, and like there's so many maps where it's like you can get into one position and just fucking own. And there's no.
That's the issue because it has spawn sides, and I think spawn sides need to go away, like dedicated spawn points, like for teams, and that stuff needs to go away. I know that's a staple of Crossfire, but it needs to go away. It needs to go away. It needs to go away,
and it makes me
not good.
I mean, on top of the game just generally not being very good to me, it makes me not want to play it because of stuff like that. So I
I'll download it right now.
I like what Too Big said.
Now I'm
so
curious.
Confirmed. Matt Scotti is Crossfire.
Yep.
There should not be question marks behind it. It should be just exclamation points. Too Big.
No, it is.
Because that's okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So let's get on to the news that happened this week. It was a pretty wild week. A lot of feelings getting hurt. A lot of people standing and applauding for things that shouldn't be applauded for.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna keep it kind of interesting. And I want Mike to talk about some news first without bringing up PlayStation.
Oh, I don't even give a shit about PlayStation, so I was going to talk about this instead. So basically, the Xbox Game Pass Family and Friends program. Damn it. I think that's dope. Yeah. Fuck you. It's mine.
Got him.
The Friends and Family program.
It's really.
I think it's dope because, like, I also found out it's not just 4 people; it's actually 5 people. You plus 4 others. So realistically, we're going to be paying less than we thought. Yeah, that's $25 a month for 5 people on Game Pass Ultimate. That is an absurdly good deal. That is literally like undeniable.
Confirmed?
To, like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like, converted from.
That's what confirmed right now.
Yeah, right now, according to Jazz and a lot of other. That's what it is in other countries. After inflation and tax, it'd be 25 over here. That's at least how we understand it. Even if it's 30, that's an absurd deal. Because 2 people buying Game Pass Ultimate separate is $30. That's 2 people. You know what I mean? So, to me, like, it's just fucking, like, I can't wait. And I'm very excited that it's coming. And yeah, so basically they trademarked the Friends and Family, which I'm going to have a hot take about that later. And I think we all know who that, what that was that I shared in the group chat.
Well, dude.
And it's great that they're making. it's great that they're making sure that everyone knows it is something for friends and family, because it also like kind of gives a big middle finger to a lot of streaming companies as well at the same time. So exactly. So I'm really excited for it because that's just going to be fucking awesome. I can't wait. Honestly, I can't wait to know. It's going to be nice to know I can have Game Pass and just not worry about really whether or not I'm also going to be able to afford them. I mean, I can afford my games. That's not an issue, but it's just nice to know it's going to be such a small bill. You know what I mean? Like,
and
it's going to be
the fact
so
that, like,
nice to know.
Most of the studios that are like that I give, like, there are studios like PlayStation has like a few studios that I really care about, and then you've got like third party studios, obviously, but like most of the studios I really give a shit about, Xbox owns them. So it's like I don't have to. I never have to worry about like day one purchasing that game. Although I might. There's going to be games I do that for, but it's like I don't have to, which is
exactly
fantastic. That's really, and the fact that they're doing this not amongst 4 people, 5 people can share this plan.
5. That is insane. And just the fact that to me, it's like, once again, the fact that they're trying to cement that it's friends and family. I mean, family and friends, because like I feel like it'll get a lot more people to just invest in the ecosystem, because like they said, that people that use Game Pass end up spending more. So realistically, which one time I saw someone uses somehow a negative against Game Pass, which was probably the most wild thing after being told for years that we don't buy games, which was kind of absurd. But anyways, you know, that it's about getting people into the ecosystem just to download. Like, if that one person might be only paying $5 of that bill, whatever, they're giving like traffic to certain games that get paid by the downloading, paid by the hour for just playing the game. It's it's fucking genius, and I don't know why they actually really didn't do it earlier, but it's coming.
I kind of wonder.
I wonder if it's because they're just waiting to Game Pass to reach a certain point. I don't know. Who really knows? But to me, I'm excited. I can't wait to just give it a go and just get everyone on there, and don't have to pay like $4 a month. You know, like, I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome.
And hopefully, like, the way they're talking about this is like it's coming relatively soon. I wouldn't say like you know immediately, but it's like if
by
they
the end of the year.
Yeah, if they can get that for the holiday season, while on the other end, PlayStation is well, yeah, we'll get into that later. But while PlayStation's doing what they're doing, and they're offering, like, they'll probably bump the price of the Series S down to like $250 because they did last year too.
That would be fucking insane.
If they did that, a $250 for a console, and then you can get 5 people on your plan, dude, they're gonna they have no first party games this holiday, and it's gonna be a fucking ridiculous holiday for them if they can do all that.
Yeah, they can. Yeah,
that would.
There's so many. Yeah, it's like I saw a tweet or something that if Microsoft isn't considering, you know, making not very cheap, but cheaper, like, definitely, because, you know, it's not really expected to have cheaper bundles yet. You know, like, maybe next year they'd come, like, you know, get a Series X for $450 or whatever. But like, if they're not considering it for this holiday season, they're fucking insane. Maybe not down to $450. Maybe it's some other type of a bundle. I get it. But like, they need to be like, all right, you want to bump up your shit everywhere? Well, we're going to cut it in half and make it so dozens of people. I mean, like 5. You know, I don't know. Yeah.
And the thing is, it's like Microsoft doesn't have to do that, but if they did, it only stands to help them, and the fact that they can do it. Yeah, they're one of the companies right now that can do stuff like that, and if they did, that would be crazy.
It would be. It'd be fucking nuts.
It would. Ugh. But you did take mine, but I do have some. So when you come to me, I've got one.
Well, I'm moving to you right now. It's your time.
All right. So there was Destiny had their showcase, and immediately after the showcase, like leading up to and immediately after the showcase, all this news came out about how just insanely successful Destiny was, and how like on fire they were at that particular moment on that day. Like Benji Sales tweeted, Destiny 2 Lightfall pre-orders have been the #1 selling game on Steam globally for 24 hours for Destiny 2 Lightfall, and that was on August 24th. And he also says in the same tweet, yesterday's showcase propelled the game to 450,000 concurrent viewers on Twitch, which is something. Put that in perspective. The last I checked, because I did make a video on this when Sony made their comments. Last I checked, Warzone averages around anywhere from 70 to 90K concurrent viewers. Destiny had 450,000 concurrent viewers because of that, just because of that news and the hype around it. And it says Destiny 2 has 5+ million new Guardians joined since last year. And it says ends with Destiny is still a huge franchise. That's fucking ridiculous.
That's
like I don't even know. Call of Duty couldn't have done that this year, honestly, because there's nothing to be hype. I mean, outside of Modern Warfare, if you did something for Modern Warfare's launch, then yeah. But like Vanguard, could Vanguard have ever garnered that? No, not a chance.
No.
It's
Call of Duty Vanguard, absolutely not.
No, not a chance. Modern Warfare 2 might. No. Modern Warfare 2 still has to do its job. It still has to be a good game. But like,
yeah,
this dude, Destiny 2 is like the only thing in the industry that rivals Call of Duty. The only thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you could do Fortnite also, but I'm talking like
Crossfire's up there too, you know.
And yeah, maybe in Korea, I guess. But like, not here. Not here.
Not here, no.
In America, buddy.
No, sir. No, it's not.
Oh my god.
But it's just insane to think that like that. I don't know. It makes me look even more sideways at how Sony's acted recently, which, you know, is its own thing. But it's like, how do you say, first of all, I know this is old news, but how do you say none of your teams can compete with Call of Duty when you've got a team who's currently competing and kind of winning up till this point this year?
Yeah.
So, and you've got the blueprint. Bungie releases content like every 6 months, like a lot of content, and every year they release a whole new campaign, a whole new expansion, a whole new like loot system. Like they're the only people that can compete with Call of Duty. And it's honestly, I'm just happy for Bungie. I'm talking about this because I'm happy for Bungie because they're finally seeing success outside of, I mean, they've always been successful, but it's like outside of Activision, Blizzard, and Microsoft, they had that period where they were by themselves and they had all this like fanfare, but it was never on the level of this. And I'm happy that they're getting recognition that they deserve. That makes me happy. So that's really all I wanted to talk about, honestly. And the fact that they're fucking on fire.
Okay.
Well, can I say something real quick? What the hell's K Mega talking about with the sensitivity being better? What the fuck is even happening? I'm flying all over the place.
What are you talking about?
All right.
You can turn it down. You can turn it down
all right.
and whatnot. But
okay, I'll mess with that.
But as for like other news, like me and Matt had a couple gameplay shows this week where we talked about other various things like the PlayStation VR not coming out until 2023. Let's see, as well as the Game Awards getting announced for December 8th of this year. And I think that's on like a Thursday, I want to say. The Metacritic score of Saints Row, which is sitting at like a 67.
Banger.
And from what I hear from everybody that plays it, they actually like the game. And
it's just broken. That's why I'm waiting for it to be fixed.
But yeah, it's broken.
It happened for years.
From what a lot of people say as well. But I don't know. I don't know what to say about it because I haven't played it, so I'm not gonna I'm not gonna be a drama queen about it or whatnot. And let's see, in some other news that we had, we also talked about Amazon adding voice power gaming. So you're gonna be able to use like I like in the article they were talking about you being able to yell at the zombies and stuff like that in the new what was that game called? Dead Island?
Dead Island 2?
Yeah, Dead Island 2. Yeah. That's the first game that's getting tried out on for the Amazon voice power thing. So that's going to be interesting to see how that gets rolled out. They mentioned like Kinect in there and Wii and stuff like that. But as of right now, where it stands, it's only able to be used by Xbox consoles and PC. So we'll see if that moves to other consoles as well, or if it's just going to stick to Xbox. I also wanted to get your guys' kind of take on like the Game Awards. Or not the Game Awards, but Gamescom. Like, how'd you guys like Gamescom? What were some games that you guys were looking forward to? And I definitely want to talk about this before we get into the obvious PlayStation discussion. I wish Twan was here to talk about that because he lives in Canada. Yeah. And it would have been nice to hear.
He's directly affected by it.
Yeah, he's directly affected by it. He already has a PS5, but from what I understood, it's like 900 Canadian now, which is like 607 Canadian, which is like $675, I believe, in US.
What?
Jesus.
So
wait, I gotta. What?
Yeah, maybe look that up and double check. But I heard that off of Marlin Gaming Nation. He spoke upon that.
That's true.
That's insane. Just north of the border.
Wait, how much would it be? How much would that be in US?
900 currency? Canadian is supposed to be like 675.
Oh.
Okay. So hold on. I see here 649 Canadian.
Yes. Okay, so if it's 649 Canadian, what's that in US? There's no way it's that. Wait, did Ham say it's 900 in Canadian? I'm confused.
That's what Marlin Game Nation said. So maybe he was false when he said that because I got that off of what he was saying. Yeah, because that
didn't sound right. I'm gonna do the conversion here real quick, but you can keep talking there.
No, I'm really curious to hear what this conversion to that is because that's a big misspeak. Not only for me, but also Marlon. Right? So yeah, so what I thought you just said like 629 or 6.
Well, 649. Okay, so I don't know what's happening here because 649.99 equals out to 497, which doesn't seem like a price hike.
No, that's not a price hike. That's actually a lower price. That's a lower price. So I don't know. Maybe look up and see what the price for the PS5 actually goes for in Canadian. But I'm actually really interested in this now because all these different things I've been hearing from people. I'm because people are spitting out numbers now, and obviously I'm not hearing them right. So I want to be corrected. I'm
just going to Best Buy Canada.
There you go. Well, while you do that, we're going to go ahead and talk about Gamescom because there's one game that I really want to talk about before we get into the messy PS5 situation. But that is High on Life. That game looked fantastic.
Yeah,
awesome.
Stabby was looking nuts.
I love him. He's my favorite.
Yeah. So did you guys watch any of like the breakdown trailer of the game? Like where they actually sat and talked and showed more gameplay and stuff like that?
I watched the one that was 25 minutes long that didn't have any voiceover.
Okay, that looks fucking awesome. Everything.
Yeah, I
gameplay-wise
see that version with the voiceover. Yeah, it looks awesome, dude. And I can't wait until we see gameplay when you have more weapons because that was like the beginning of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like the very beginning. You only had the pistol and the knife. I mean, for the first half of the mission, you only had the pistol.
Yeah, that was you learning like your traversal and stuff like that with Stabby, getting him, also doing the first boss, meeting your sister supposedly and stuff like that. So Yeah, it's really interesting game, and I don't want to spoil it if you're trying to dodge any kind of spoilers at all for that game. But that shit looked wild, bro. Like, I think I could find myself playing through that game a couple times if it's as fun and goofy as I think it might be.
Yeah, dude, I'm hyped for High on Life.
Any other thoughts on High on Life before I go to the next game?
That's awesome.
Honestly, I feel like we all kind of agree on that. Justin Roiland's dope. I can't wait to play that. I know it got delayed, but honestly, take all the fucking time you need.
I mean, it's only come out in December now, right?
Right.
Yeah, which is
it's like
honestly
3 weeks later than it's supposed to, or something like that, or 3 or 6 weeks.
Yeah, which honestly is like it's a holiday game. I'm fine with that. That's a fun thing to play around the holiday time. So I'd be more than happy with that.
All right. Well, there's another long gameplay trailer that they had and they talked about during the Xbox Gamescom showcase was A Plague Tale. Requiem.
Oh yeah.
Did any of you guys happen to see that at all?
I have not.
I actually didn't.
I have not. Wait, was it the gameplay overview?
I mean, like, yeah, it was kind of like a gameplay overview while like one of like the lead creators talked about it and whatnot. That was dope.
Oh, okay.
It was really dope. You get to see some of the stuff that Amicia can do now, and Hugo. You get to see how he's connected to like the rats and stuff like that. And I guess of last game, they were only able to produce like 5,000 rats on the screen at a time maximum.
Yeah.
And now they're able to do 300,000, and I'm not missaying that.
No, yeah.
Yeah. That's nuts.
That is insane. That's a whole lot of rats running around on your screen all at once.
Mm-hmm.
Which is incredible.
They're going to go nuts with that rat mechanic.
They have to. They can and they have to.
Dude, exactly. It's gonna the consoles can handle it, especially since that is next gen exclusive. That's not something they're constrained by like Xbox One and PS4. They got all the power they need to just go fucking insane, and I can't wait for that.
Me too.
That should be a dope ass thing. Were there any other games? Were there any other games that you guys thought caught your eye that you didn't really see coming? Or that you may have saw coming that made you more hyped?
Well, we talked about it on our stream. I think it was Wednesday we talked about it, I'm pretty sure, because that was after opening night live. It was what's it called? Where Winds Meet.
Yeah.
Where Winds Meet. And that trailer, I remember watching it with Mike, and I was like, that looks like Ghost of Tsushima to me. And that's not a bad thing. That's a really great thing. They nailed that aesthetic, and the combat just looks insane. Also, did you see Wolong Fallen? No, fuck, what's it called? Wolong Fallen Dynasty got a gameplay trailer.
Yeah,
showing off actual gameplay from the game, and it looks fantastic.
Yeah, that game looks fire.
Dude, it's those two games. Obviously, Lies of P looks way nuttier than I ever thought it would.
Yeah, so and I thought Lies of P looked kind of flat at first when I first seen it, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool. This is cool," and I'm kind of excited about it. But I'm more or less excited, I feel like, because it's coming into Game Pass. And then I was on the road for like 5 hours, anywhere between 3 to 5 hours. And I was skimming through the Xbox showcase part of Gamescom. And I ran across Lies of P again, and I sat back and watched a ton of different gameplay that they had for it. And I was like, you know what? This game looks a lot shinier and polished than I thought it did the first time I looked at it. And they were showing some of like the things that you can add onto your character to make them look different or like use different weapons. I guess every single weapons is in 2 pieces. it's like the handle is one thing, and then the actual like piece of weapon that you choose is a different thing. So you can make different adjustments as you continue to play through the game. And I thought that was pretty fucking dope.
Yeah.
And it's really weird that it's really weird to me that it's based off of like Pinocchio.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's like so insane to me is the fact, like when you watch that trailer, I don't know about you guys, but when I watch it, I'm not thinking Pinocchio. I'm not thinking Pinocchio at all. And it's also what the thing is, like I completely forgot that it was Pinocchio. Like I completely forgot that after that trailer, and I was like, "Oh right, this is a story based around Pinocchio." And then you're like, "Holy shit, that's Pinocchio!" And you're just like, dude, that game looks so over the like so badass. That looks like such a badass game, and it comes out in 2023, correct?
It's supposed to come out sometime 2023. I'm assuming either spring or summer.
Dude, that would be fantastic. That would be really, really good.
That would. I mean, that game looked insane. The second time I watched it, I was really happy with what I saw with the deep dive and whatnot. I wish they would have went with the deep dive the first time, but I'm sure, time constraints and whatnot, they can't do that all during that time. Yeah. But anyways, Lies of P looked pretty cool. There was this game where you went into the shadows, like it's called like Uraban or something like that. It was shown at the Xbox showcase earlier this year. That was in like June or something like that. But they just recently had more gameplay shown of that, with also a deep dive with like the developer and stuff like that. And he is talking about how you can go into the shadows, kind of like a Splatoon kind of way, and hop out and like do different melee assaults or stealth maneuvers to take down enemies, or you could just all around just skip the enemy if you're trying to go through it really fast. I thought that game looked really cool. I'm looking forward to that as well. Scorn, I'm not sure if I've seen that there. I might have to go back and look because I thought it was supposed to show up, but I scrolled through part of that Xbox thing pretty quick. I'm not sure if they showed up there or not, but I really need to see more from Scorn before they actually drop the game. Because exactly,
I don't know what the hell it is.
Exactly, that's my issue with it. Is like I see stuff and then they say something like methodical, and then they just kind of like walk away, and it like draws you in, but it doesn't like capture you. So I'm a little like. I'm still excited to play it, but I'm a little disappointed that I don't know more about that game
yet. Yeah,
I can hear that. It's supposed to come out in like 2 months.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's supposed to come out in October. So yeah, I need to see some more of that game before I continue to get excited for it, because I've been excited for it for a little bit, but I haven't seen anything at all, so it's a little annoying. But moving forward,
now can I have one more game?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Atomic Heart, which I didn't see. God. I did not see that live when they showed that trailer. I'm assuming it was at Gamescom.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't see it live. I only saw it today. The combat trailer for that game looked fucking ridiculous. Like, it's like Doom inspired, not Doom. Yeah, it's Doom inspired BioShock. And it kind of the way that you have powers and stuff reminds me of both BioShock and something that Arcane would do. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, Dishonored, Deathloop, which like anything that they would do. Dude, that game looks so over the top violent, first of all, which is just fantastic.
Yeah.
And
also, what the fuck were those mannequins doing, dude?
I don't know what that was. That was weird. But the music in that game, Mick Gordon, sounds like he has another hit soundtrack, because the music in that is nuts.
Like, after they were playing some like a Russian pop star song at the then halfway through the trailer, his music kicks in, like, oh my fucking god, he's done it again. like, like that one trailer, that one audio clip I posted on my Twitter today is like he made that like 2 years ago, pretty much. That one I just posted, so I can only imagine with the amount of times this game's been delayed, how much he's like reworked and like changed. And oh man, I'm excited. I'm so excited.
I can't wait for that game, and that's apparently still coming this year.
Yep.
Which is just.
I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that.
They're like dead set on having that come out this year. I mean, who knows? But they're dead set on putting that out this year. So if they can do that, and it's how it looks, then my god, dude, that's my most anticipated game this year.
Yeah, same.
Two more things that I want to bring up before we get into the price hike at all, but they are PlayStation related. The first one is that they announced an Edge controller for the PlayStation 5, which that controller looks pretty badass. You can swap out the sticks in the controller. What are some other things that maybe interest you about that controller, if anything else? I mean, I think that right there is, I mean, just like the controller that you got already, Matt, how you can swap stuff out.
Thrustmaster.
That's super dope. That's super dope. Yes. Really handy. Something that you can easily dodge stick drift with.
Yes.
Can we put the thumbstick in the right place?
No.
Of course not. Thanks, Tony.
No, you can't do that.
Thanks, Tony.
Yeah, you can't do that now, Mike. You need to chill.
Don't be ridiculous. That's insane.
My God.
Yeah, like you said, that right there is enough for me to consider that. Just off of that, forget the paddles, forget all the trigger stops, forget all that stuff. That right there is enough for me to go, that's worth looking at, because my first PlayStation controller, my PS5 controller, got stick drift within, I don't know, 8 months, and that's not with really any heavy use. I played Miles Morales on that controller, and then outside of that, you know, not a whole lot, and it got stick drift. So if I can just, get a different module for the thing, it's kind of a win-win. It's a win for Sony because they can charge you for the thing that fixes stick drift. Meanwhile, they don't have to fix stick drift because they're charging you for the thing that fixes it. So it's like they're getting money, you're getting the thing that fixes your controller, and you don't have to buy a new controller or go through the process of waiting to get it replaced or fixed. So it's like it's kind of a win-win-win.
I'm curious how. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm hyped for that, and then on top of that, the trigger stops. The fact that they're gonna have trigger stops, and unlike all the custom controllers that you can get right now, the trigger stops actually work with the motors and the triggers. So you can have one on the trigger stop, and it will still work with the game. Whereas these custom controllers that you have right now, if you turn on the trigger stops, you can't play a game like Ratchet and Clank. You can't play Returnal. You can't play stuff like that.
Well, see, that was my next question is like, how does the trigger stop work when you're playing something like Ratchet and Clank when like certain guns are pressure sensitive?
That's the interesting thing that we're going to have to wait and see, because honestly, I'm just assuming that this will work because it's Sony first party. I'm assuming they have something in place where it's like if you want to experience this with trigger stops, we have this for you. Or maybe it's just as simple as, hey, the trigger stops are there. You can turn them on if you want to use them. But if you turn them on, then it shuts everything else off. If that's the case, then I guess fine, but it would be nice to have them find a workaround for that. But I don't know what the workaround would be. I have no idea what that would be.
Right? I have no idea where the hell they would go with that, especially on like Ratchet and Clank, like I was saying, where it's pressure, like the gun is literally pressure sensitive.
Yep.
But going forward, and then the second thing I wanted to bring up for Sony was that the Last of Us remake is coming out this week, and I know you're really excited to pick this up, Matt. Like, are you ready to play
this
through
week?
It's coming out this week. Yeah.
Ugh.
That shouldn't be the reaction for somebody that's bought and paid and is waiting on this game.
I bought it for PS4. I'm not buying that shit again.
Show them your most recent receipt of purchasing this.
From like,
I mean, you bought the $100 version. You bought the $100 version.
There's a $100 version.
That's typical Sony.
Yeah, and it sold out in seconds. And it was.
What does it come with? Does it come with
like 10
does
of
it come
them
with a
and
statue of Joel getting his head caved in?
Well, why would that come with it when that's part of a different game?
It's a nice little thing. It's just
it's not the same game.
But it's just a nice little thing to have.
Okay.
But
anyways,
can't have nice things.
So, anyways, Matt, you excited about this game? You can't wait for it?
I could care less. I don't want to play that again. It was fantastic the first time I played it. Phenomenal game, one of the best ever made. I don't need to experience it again.
Is this game gonna be on Bill Pass, Mike?
No, absolutely not. He's like, I bought this game on my PS3. I bought it for my PS4. I'm good.
God bless.
So he's holding you back, is what you're saying.
Fucking, if anything, he's doing me a favor. But
oh my God.
If anything, he's doing me a favor.
Well, at least you'll be able to play 2K here soon.
Oh yeah. That fucking 700 gigabyte virus. I'm good. I'm good.
All right. Last but not least, let's get into it.
Steals money from me.
Last but not least, let's go on ahead and get into it. The PlayStation price hike. In what seems like everywhere other than the United States, right?
Yep. I'm pretty sure it's literally everywhere except the US.
I want you guys to tell me why it's okay for them to do it.
It's okay because they said it's okay and they want more money. That's why it's okay. Because Jim Ryan needs more money. And first of all, if Foremost was here, he could explain to you that Sony is doomed and they need money. They're bleeding money right now and they need all the money they can get. So I can't do it like Foremost, but that's just the case. That is unfortunately the case they find themselves in.
But they have made record profits.
Yeah, but they also want more, and that's the problem they're running into.
Well, I mean, I thought it was, the climate out here and stuff like that,
it's the climate in Jim Ryan's pocket.
How about
the lack thereof?
But I mean, they couldn't. They couldn't force. I mean, they wouldn't. I mean, the people would not want them to pick up that $2 billion bill that they could have paid to possibly keep this from happening. The people want to help Sony pay that.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Jim Ryan knows that the fans don't want them spending any unnecessary money, and the fans would much rather give them unnecessary money. So that's the route they've chosen to take, which is totally fine. I think it's great. I think they need to do this more often. And I think that we should go next year. We should raise it again, another $100, maybe. Who knows? But I think it's deserved. And they've been on a roll. So I say, treat yourself.
From what I heard from, I believe it was King Thrash. I think he was like trolling or something. I don't know what he was doing. But he was saying that Sony, about time.
Yeah.
Because it's a premium product and it deserves that premium price.
And so, even if it wasn't a premium product, it's so.
I mean, what's wrong with that? I think it's good business right there.
I think it's great business. I think in all seriousness, though, it sucks, and they should kind of be ashamed. They should kind of be ashamed of themselves. But you know, hey, it is what it is.
I knew you were going to turn heel.
They're not going back on it.
I knew you were going to turn heel.
Yeah, they're not going back on it, which is insane. Because you remember when Microsoft was like, "Hey, Xbox Live Gold is now $120," and then it took like less than 24 hours for them to be like, "Oh yeah, sorry, never mind."
Yeah, sorry, we're fucking dumb.
Yeah, that's our fault. Sony, on the other hand, is like, nope, this is what it is now. So just deal with it. Deal with it. And people are, for lack of a better word, I guess they're dealing with it. They are dealing with it. Some people are defending it. You got people like King Thrash who are doing it. You know, obviously he's trolling. It's what he does. He gets laughs out of people. But then you've got people who are genuinely in King Thrash's replies like, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And I'm just like, dude.
Is it not what you're talking about? I'm pretty stoked on it, dog.
Dude.
Mo money, mo money, mo money, mo. Let's go.
You can't seriously be like, I don't understand anyone who's really defending. If you're really defending this, then you're sick. You're sick. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Well, all right, your turn, Mike. I want to hear you defend this. You make this sound...
absolutely. PlayStation has saved gaming in ways that Microsoft could never. They made our games $70 to prove my elite status in this country, to prove that I'm above the common rabble. It just sucks, dude. I don't know. It just fucking sucks.
Come on, don't turn heel as well.
And what do you mean turn heel? It's the truth. Like, what do you mean?
The thing is, we were talking about it before the show. The price of the game should go up. The price
as well.
Yes, we should be getting charged more for that as well.
Yeah,
$90
a game.
100? No, 100. Call it a flat 100 because we rounded up to 100 American dollars. God knows what that is in Canada. No one cares what that is in Canada.
Yeah, that's right.
They don't exist.
Exactly. It doesn't affect me, so it's not. Oh, that's the take. That's the takes for later. But it's just like,
oh my god.
I don't know, dude. It's so dumb. It's just really dumb. I don't know why they're doing this now. Why not do this immediately after it released? Why not do this? Why not set the price at $650 at release, just for the hell of it? Why? I mean, people would have still got it. I probably would have still got it eventually. So it's like,
why not support?
Exactly. It's like, don't say it's $500 and then all of a sudden say now it's $100 more.
It's inflation, dude. It's how it happens. Who should pick up that tab?
Hey, apparently it is how it happens because it happened. So, I don't know.
Mike, you did a horrible job at defending. So did you.
Matt. When there's something worth defending, I'll let you know.
You guys were supposed to defend it. You guys fucking failed.
I tried.
Yeah. I tried
to. I was trying to be Ben Wallace, but couldn't.
Who?
Ben Wallace.
Yeah, well, then the malice at the palace happened, and you just fell off, I guess, right? Well, I don't know. For me, this price hike is a bad look, more or less, because, I mean, I'm not just saying this as like a fan of, mostly Xbox or whatnot, but more or less is just like as a gamer, like, dude, remember 2013 when Xbox had the price $100 more than the PS4, and it was underpowered. Oh, we see how that went. And then also Sony later on in the same generation dropped the price of the PS4 like $200. Right. Mm-hmm. So what was now a $400 console was like $200 or $250 for Christmas for the holiday season.
Oh,
so that made Xbox drop their price as well to try to keep up with consoles being sold out and whatnot. So, so the ramifications have already happened in previous generations on the other side, and trust PlayStation's already, had their console be more than Xbox before in the past, and that backfired. I'm wondering if this specific situation where it's scarce, people really want it, they push it up $50, and it's already not readily available on store shelves. Are people still going to eat this up the same as before? And I personally think probably.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I'll let you go because, I
feel like this was
which one?
I feel like this is kind of the perfect time for Sony to do this because it's scarce. You have no choice, and if you don't get it, the person behind you in line is going to get it.
Exactly.
So in a way, although we don't enjoy it or like seeing it, it's a little genius. Might I say?
As far as business, just business that has nothing to do with my money, because I'm not seeing any of that money, that is genius. They're doing it at a time where it's like it really won't affect them. I think it will have an effect, but not to the extent that the PS3 was affected at its price versus the 360. Certainly not to the definitely not to the extent that the Xbox One was affected at its price versus the PS4. They might sell, I don't know, 100,000 less consoles because of this. Like let's say 100,000 people see this and they're like, you know what, screw it, I'll just get an Xbox. And that's 100,000 people that they lost. But at the end of the day, 100,000 people, when you're at, what are they at, 20 million consoles right now? It's not the end of the world. I mean, and like a normal market where things are readily available, then this would probably backfire quite a bit. But that's not the case. And they know it's not the case.
And it's not right when it started. It's not right when the console generation started. It's after, so it doesn't look. It looks like it's less their fault than anybody else's, right?
Yeah.
Even though it's like a preparation issue and also like just flat out more expensive to get those parts issue as well. In the eyes of your everyday just shopper, they're going to look at this and be like, why did this happen? And then they're going to hear why it happened and be like, oh, well, all right.
Yeah, exactly. And because they want one, like you said, they'll be like, well, that's the price I'm paying for it. As opposed to like them being like, well, if that's the price I got to pay for this, then I'll just go over there. But this is where, like I was talking about earlier, with the whole Xbox Game Pass friends and family thing, where that has, if they can get that out this holiday, that has the potential to make this situation a lot worse for Sony. How much worse? I don't know. Maybe not that much, but it can make it worse. Where it's like, you're saying I got to pay whatever $600 for this PS5, or I could get the Series S for probably about $250, and then get a family plan of Game Pass, and then that's it. That becomes a lot more appealing whenever you're looking at a $600 price tag or whatever it converts to wherever you are.
Yeah, I'm thinking that, and what was, damn, I forgot because I was sitting here staring at the screen. It was something to do with the damn price hikes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Loke was telling me, because he lives, out in Africa, in the Texas suburb of Africa, and he was telling me how in his country, in his area of the continent, that a lot of the PlayStation 5s that they get are from scalpers. Okay. So scalpers are actually, picking up this more or less because not only is it hard to get available, but they can also not really purchase as many Xboxes anymore because those only were going for $600 compared to the $1,000 the PlayStations were going for. Well, that might sound good for Sony. Yeah, that it's more valuable, but they don't see any of that dollar, right?
Exactly.
But the part that's wild to me is that he's saying that people, instead of, spending that extra $400, are saying, screw it. I'm just going to go ahead and grab an Xbox because not only do I have to deal with this scalper and have this $400 extra, but I also, can get somewhat of a warranty, and I can actually get it from the actual store itself and have all of this other stuff that comes with it and spend a lot less and be able to, play games up from Game Pass and stuff like that. It's just kind of a weird situation, and that's only in his area of Africa where it's like that. But I mean, you got to think, if it's happening there, that it could be happening in plenty of other places where this scalping is going to continue, and even some scalpers are going to use this to their advantage and maybe even raise it up from $1,000 to $1,100, $1,200 because of that $50 price hike, and the scalper is going to be like, "Yo, I had to pay more to get this here."
Wait, can you guys hear me again? Yeah, you can.
And all this stuff. It might just be a rough situation, in those specific kind of areas. What about
in India with Xbox? Isn't there one area Xbox did increase its price?
They increased the price of the Series S in India. I forget from what to what, but they did increase it. I think
it was like an 8% or 9%.
Yeah. Dude, I remember, I'm not going to mention names or anything, but some guy was like coming at me because I made that video about PS5 increasing the price. He's like, actually, Xbox did the same thing in India. I was like, I'm not saying that that's good. I'm not saying that that's better. I'm just saying it's good that they're taking a stance of, hey, that's not happening anywhere else. That's not our plans to do that. Or whatever. But I don't know. Yeah,
I know who it is.
Yeah, you know
both
who it is.
Both Nintendo and Xboxes came out and said, as of now, using words like that specifically.
Exactly.
As of now, we don't see ourselves changing the prices of our consoles at all. So that's nice to hear, but it's also interesting that they use that kind of language, because it's
it could totally change.
Is because this PlayStation could be flying off the shelves and whatnot, and all these companies are getting affected by the silicon and things that are needed to make these consoles. So I'm interested to see how this all pans out in the next few years, because it's going to take a while for people to make decisions like this, and they're going to need to do a lot of forecasting before they go out and do it. Because the last thing, in my opinion, that Xbox needs to do is try to chase Sony on this price hike at all, especially if they're trying to get more people to their products. So exactly. I think Xbox is trying to look like the cool, nice big brother, or whatever right now. And I think that's where they need to remain right now, as it is.
Yeah, I think if Microsoft wants to do anything, and because they're the only company that could, I think if they want to do anything, they lower the price. They lower it, maybe just not even like a permanent thing, but could just be for a sale for the holiday season, like we were talking about earlier. You lower it $450 for the Series X, or God forbid $400. I don't think they do that, but I mean, like $450 for the Series X, $250 for the Series S. You lower the price and you keep it that way for the holidays up until maybe spring or something. Because around that time we'll probably be starting to see Motorsport, Redfall, perhaps Starfield.
Hell, I'd say even stagger it and make it like holiday season, and then around like spring breakish area to try to get that tax money from people.
Oh yeah, dude, that'd be perfect. That'd be the perfect thing to do.
That's my opinion, but like, yeah, I mean, I could totally see the Series X going to like $400. I could totally see that, but I couldn't see it for like both seasons. I feel like it'd be like, specifically during the holidays time if they did something that drastic, and then maybe like $25 to $50 off for like a spring break tax season kind of time.
Yeah.
But for that Series S, I already told myself and my lady, I haven't told her yet because she doesn't need to know. But I'm getting I'm getting a Series S if it goes to $200. I'm getting it. If that thing drops to $200, I'll get it now and say sorry later. You know?
Yeah.
Dude, you know what, dude? I'd buy that thing and emulate the shit out of it. Like I'd turn that thing into an emulating machine because I know how to.
Exactly, and it's totally an option, and it's very cheap to do. Very, very cheap.
Yeah. Don't you only have to have like the $10 like developer mode or something?
Yeah,
that's it.
Developer mode, and you're
they made it. And because of how they updated developer mode, you don't have to keep booting into it. It just goes right into it now, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. I was reading something about that, which is so funny to me. That they know, they're just like, okay. You know, they don't care.
Yeah, you could do that, and you could basically be a PC. I mean, at least as far as emulating games and stuff. But it's like, dude, at $300, a Series S is kind of a fucking steal. At $250 and $200, then it's like that's just fucking crazy. That's insane.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've heard people talking about it going to 200, and I think if that happens, A, that's insane, and B, give me one right now.
If that happens, Microsoft's like they're done playing around. They're just ready to kill somebody.
Even at like 225, I think I'd dip in.
Oh yeah.
Because that's wild.
That's
wild. That's too much. That's too much. I mean that's a whole lot of quality for that kind of price. You know, you think about these cell phones that are out. Hell, this cell phone alone, I just got done paying off. It's a S20 Note, $1,000 phone. $1,000 phone.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy I paid it off now, but
definitely,
bro, like that's what I'm saying. Like,
pay it off for rest of eternity.
I probably get more use out of my phone easily, right? Because like I'm constantly on it, using it for Twitter, using it for this show, using it for my other shows and whatnot, getting things ready, talking to people, talking to family, and all that stuff. But like, I could say that most of the stuff I own that I spent that much money on, I probably wouldn't get as much use out of as I would like a Series S for $225 or something like that. Like that would be the front room champion right there, because my Series X and everything's in here. But the lady, whenever I'm playing or I'm doing this podcast, she gets up and goes, into the other room. But I know like half the time that she would like to keep playing if she could, but she knows I'm doing a podcast and she's not going to be background noise and stuff like that, because she always, she's a gamer just like the rest of us. She gets killed. Fuck, goddamn shit, bitch, son of a bitch. That's bullshit. Like she doesn't want to do that while I'm on my podcast and whatnot. So so she shuts it down, and she does not. I don't know what it is. Maybe she just got a good taste of the Series X and my PC, and she doesn't want to go back. But like I have my my One X out there. It has Halo on it, but she will not play it out there. She will not play it out there. And for her excuse is that it's slow. She's like, this thing is slow. And I'm like, babe, we use this for the last like 4 years or whatever. And she's like, I don't know, that new console you got just ruined it for me. And I was like, fair enough. So now I feel like I need to get her a Series S. Like, I'm thinking about maybe doing that either this holiday if it drops in price like that, or maybe just wait until her birthday comes around and maybe sliding in and grabbing her one.
There you
go. We'll see. But anyways, I don't know how we got to talking about the Series S after talking about all that PS5 stuff and, you know, the greatness that is went up in price. Great stuff. Love it.
It's a shit company.
Oh my God. You need to relax, sir. Take a seat. Take a seat.
Is, though.
Well, all right. Speaking of hot takes, let's go on ahead and hop into that area of the conversation. So now we're going to be talking about all the hot takes that we personally noticed. And I'm going to actually go first on this one because I got a hot take that was hilarious for the fact that the person blocked me. That
oh my God. Okay.
The person went out of their way to block me just because I had an opinion on something. So I'm actually going to pull up the tweet because it wasn't that long ago. And let me see right here. Okay. So this dude named like Hard 8 Times or whatnot, I thought he was supposedly going to be an all right dude because Stankma actually recommended that I talk to him and try to get him on the show Behind Them Sticks. So I was thinking, you know, maybe this guy's cool, whatever. Like the last person Stankma recommended me to was Chris Henderson. And Matt Likes Games, I think you checked out some of that interview, and that dude was dope. He was talking all sorts of all sorts of like big name people and stuff like this. And you know, I look over at this Hard 8 guy, and I was thinking, you know, like he has, you know, more followers than I do, or Chris or whatnot, and he seems like he's been doing his podcast game for quite some time. Maybe I'll reach out to him and just see what he's all about. And so I reached out to him in the DMs. He never got back to me at all. But the day that this price hike thing went on, he put a tweet out saying, you know, pretty much echo chambering what a lot of other PlayStation fanboys do, which I don't have any problem with people saying things, saying what they feel, or even being outlandish and saying something wild. That's fine. I don't care. But when I come to speak to you about it, I expect you to either, you know, admit that, hey, this was just a joke. It's nothing to either get for to get up arms about, or for them to actually debate and stand their ground and their point behind what they were saying. So he said what he said about the whole PlayStation 5 price went up. It shouldn't matter to the folks in the United States. I don't see why you guys are getting all, you know, up in arms about it, because that's not your problem. And I said something back to him along the line of like, yo, like, it's not our problem, no, but it's still a problem at the end of the day. And that I quote myself on this. I said, I respectfully disagree with your opinion. So him getting all mad, he quote tweeted me saying people cry. So I'll just tell you what I said. I said, people cry about things in America all the time, and they never been to this country before, which is a true statement. I mean, you hear people all the time all over the world that, I mean, it is a known fact that people in some other countries either don't like America or they don't really understand why we do what we do. I mean, we don't understand why we do what we do most of the fucking time, right? But I said people cry in America all the time and they've never been to this country. just because something doesn't affect you directly doesn't mean you shouldn't speak your piece. And then I said, I respectfully disagree with your comment. And then he quote tweets me saying, it's fake. It's fake. Why the fuck would I complain about a price increase in a place where I don't live? On top of that, already having a PS5. That's like me getting on the internet fake mad about something, fake mad about somebody's rent increase in the East bubble. Fuck, get the fuck out of here, is what he said back to me. So then I responded saying,
like 6.
So I responded saying, you salty because I disagree. I bet if this situation was flipped, you or many others would call it unfair or not consumer friendly. If Xbox did this, all of the people making excuses would be throwing shade. Best believe. That's what I said back to him. And he said, you sound salty because I disagree. Insta block. I can't stand dick suckers like you.
That's a cool guy.
So he blocked me. So what he did was disrespect me, block me, and run away. And I was just thinking, like, damn, I was a little mad because Stinkmal referred me to him. I wasn't mad at Stinkmal at all, because how would he know that was going to be the interaction, right? So can't be mad at him at all. I'm just mad that, like, I thought I could talk to somebody about somebody that's deeply in the gaming, somebody that has his own podcast, and on his Twitter, his handle says, his name, podcast -YouTube. So I was thinking, maybe I can talk to somebody genuinely about this. And like, whether you want to be aggressive or not, I don't care. If you want to be aggressive, that's fine. But let's continue the conversation and actually talk about what's at hand, right? Instead, you just disrespect and say, oh, you're not worth my time, and just run away. And I'm just like, wow. Like, to me personally, that's what I find wrong with this whole space and talking. And then people saying, you know what? I'm up in arms about this. And then something else comes along. And then they're like, I'm not up in arms about that because that's not my problem. And it's like, wait a second. The other thing wasn't your problem either. The other thing wasn't personally your problem either, but you got mad about it. So why wouldn't you want to keep that same energy with this? You got mad when the Xbox raised their prices to $120 for gold.
A lot of these people did.
But now PlayStation does it with the whole console everywhere but the United States. And because you live in the United States,
man, I wish I knew
nobody should care. That's insane.
Yep.
Man, if I knew that you were recommended to him, if I knew, I would have told you right away. Sorry, Ham.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty open to talking to a lot of different people about.
No, I know, but I just seen him do that with a lot of other podcasters and shit. I'm never gonna interact with the dude. I just don't. I mean, I don't even really use Twitter. I mean, I just if anything, you're lucky you don't got to deal with it anymore. I'm not saying it's a good thing to happen.
Oh yeah, I mean, I posted that he blocked me, and a bunch of people were liking it and telling me that I wasn't missing much, and you should be happy that you don't even have to deal with it. So they're repeating a lot of the stuff that you just said, which I 100% believe. Like, if you can't have a basic discourse over something like this, then I couldn't even imagine if there was like something that did like
affect you
or something like that, and having to talk to you about it.
Yep.
So
online, it's like a bunch of, the thing I found on Twitter is that it's a lot of adults acting like children, which in some ways is fun. Some ways that's fun, where it's like you can just joke around and goof around and have fun, and it's a place away from the real world where that's acceptable. But like other times, it's like dude, you're literally throwing like a tantrum like a child. That's not okay. You can't like you basically what that guy did is he's a kid and you told him that he was grounded and he screamed at you, shut the door in your face, and he went to his room. It's like, what are you doing that for? Like you're an adult, dude. Like have a conversation. That's the whole point of this website is to have conversations, man. And if you're getting off what you're saying, yeah, Mike to do that. But it's like if you're just getting off what you're saying and not letting me say what I want to say in response to you, first of all, you look like an asshole. It's doing you no favors. And second of all, that's not what this is for. We're all humans. Let's talk a little bit. Let's just have a discussion.
Yeah, exactly.
It should never get personal on here. And if it does, then it should always be with the understanding that, hey, it's just jokes, man. Don't take it too seriously. But it should never get personal and then all of a sudden, fuck you, I'm out. Like that's insane. Over consoles, over like a disagreement about the pricing of a like I don't know.
Well, to me, nothing says I'm wrong more than a quick exit.
Exactly. And he knows he is because that's the only reason he would do that.
Like I have nothing valid to say. And so I'm just going to anger type and escape.
Yep.
And literally disappear. Not have to worry about it anymore because the last thing I want to do is say something and then and because for some reason people are terrified of getting ratioed and silly things like that. Like,
yeah, it doesn't matter.
And like, I could care less if I get ratioed or if I ratio somebody else. 9 times out of 10, I'm probably going to get ratioed because the person I'm talking to is probably going to have a ton more followers than me. I don't care.
Same.
I don't care. I'm speaking my piece not to have everyone back me up and pat me on the back. I'm speaking my piece for you to answer, for you to say something so I can maybe call myself wrong. I mean, I've been wrong plenty of times. I was wrong just a little bit ago when I was talking about the Canadian dollar thing.
I still haven't figured that out.
So I think you'd actually have to go to like whoever wrote the article or you could just go. We could just go straight to we have to ask the man himself. But I mean, he busted his computer and now he's going to probably spend Canadian. And now he's probably going to spend 3,000 Canadian to fix it.
Dude, he better not. If his computer is officially dead, get another one for like $500. Don't go get don't replace that computer.
What he's telling you to do is go get another Xbox because he said $500. He didn't say $550.
You know what? Yeah, get a second Xbox and I guess mod it or something. I don't know, do something with it. Just don't get that computer again.
Anyways, let's get out of this topic. That was interesting and wild, but I want to hear what your guys' takes of the week were. Whoever has a take, just go on ahead.
I'll say mine if you don't mind, Matt.
You can go.
This basically some dude, Blue Dinosaur, tweeted out that he was basically kind of making fun of the fact that Microsoft named the plan name is Microsoft game like what is it, Family and Friends Game Pass, and he's like, oh, thank you for not just making fun of the fact that they made it clear that it's for family and friends, even though the fact that every single subscription service penalizes you for sharing with your friends in some way if they find out. But good for him. Probably got him the interaction he needed for 5 minutes.
Hopefully,
not very good content creator. But it's stupid. It's silly. It's just dumb. People need to stop. People just need to fucking stop. People just need to stop.
I'm a little confused. So what was the issue? Like he was making fun of the name and that's it?
Yeah, he was. And he's like, he was just making fun of it and just saying it's fucking stupid and obvious that you would let. Like he's basically saying it's stupid and obvious that your friends could be on that, even though it's objectively not obvious. It's
family plans.
are usually they're usually designed for same household. They usually don't go out of the way to let you know you can share it with your friends. And that just made him upset, probably because it's just going to make Game Pass more accessible to people. That just always makes him upset.
I saw you put that in the chat, and I quote tweeted that guy, and I was like, "Just say you hate Xbox. Don't type all that stuff out. It's not necessary." And then I deleted it because I'm like, "Dude, I don't care enough to."
You should have kept
it.
That.
Yeah, I thought about it. In fact, I still might. I might go back and do it again. Who knows? But I was just like, I don't fucking feel like dealing with all that stuff. But yeah, it's a dumb thing it's such a dumb thing to be annoyed about. It's like, it's objectively a good thing, whether you care about it or not. It's objectively good. So just like, don't be an asshole about it. I don't know.
Cool.
I don't know. People are weird.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the name of product. Anyways,
nothing to be too upset about.
What you got, Matt?
So we keep things light. I'm gonna try to keep it light. But okay, so the whole no, not quite. The whole thing about people being very upset. I've seen it every day. I got on Twitter this week. Was don't buy Harry Potter. Don't buy Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah.
You're not allowed to buy Harry Potter. You can't buy Harry Potter. If you buy Harry Potter, you hate trans people. It's like, okay, just real quick.
No, not again.
It's just like, I gotta just say a thing real quick. And I'm not the authority on I'm not going to say here I'm the authority on trans people. I'm by no means
trans.
No means am I. But like, as someone who has people in my life that I care about who are, I've had conversations with them about this very thing. In fact, like, people in my life that I'm not going to say, but it's like, I've talked to them about Harry Potter because the person I'm talking about loves Harry Potter. Grew up with Harry Potter. It's like his favorite thing in the world, pretty much. So I talked to him. I asked him about it. I was like, so you like Harry Potter?
Look at chat. There we go.
Oh, what's on the chat?
There was a bot spamming.
Oh God, yeah, that garbage. But yeah, I was like, so you like Harry Potter? And he's like, I love Harry Potter. It's like, so what about J.K. Rowling? And he's like, J.K. Rowling fucking sucks. And it's like, so,
but Harry Potter doesn't.
But she made Harry Potter, and he's like, yeah. It's like, so why do you support? Because I love Harry Potter, and the point I'm getting at is like, you can tell people, you can say whatever you want online, honestly. Like, there's really no ramifications nowadays, I guess. But like, you can tell me not to buy Harry Potter, and I can tell you I'm going to buy Harry Potter. Because honestly, the issue that trans people face isn't Harry Potter. It's not Harry Potter, dude. It's like actual real life issues that are just like, if I buy Harry Potter or not buy Harry Potter, that doesn't fix issues that trans people face. And I'm just tired of people who are like, you can't buy Harry Potter. It's like, focus on a real issue, please. Don't tell me what I can and can't buy, because I'm damn well going to buy that game. And you're not going to sway me to not buy it. So, and honestly, you getting online. I'm not a loser, so I don't. And honestly, you getting online and telling people not to buy it is going to make more people buy it. That's just the way the world works. So it's like,
when you tell a whole bunch of people, hey, don't look at this pit over here.
Yeah.
People get interested.
I have an opinion on this too after.
Everybody wants to see what the fuck you're talking about.
Exactly. It's like, and then I saw somebody was like has nothing to do with it really, but it's like, dude, the game, I mean, not forget the trans issues. Like, the game looks like shit anyway. It's like, no, it doesn't. It looks great. Shut up. It's like, let me enjoy things. Please. I don't know, man.
Nope. Not on the internet, dog. You can't enjoy shit.
It's just silly at this point. But Mike, you had a thing to add to it, so go ahead, bud.
So, I mean, I don't really care mentioning on a fucking podcast. I don't. Anyone has a problem with it, they can suck my fucking ass. My ex boyfriend was trans, and we used to speak about this quite a bit. And I have a lot of friends who are trans, a lot of people that are pretty close to me, and especially I consider my best friends that I've known for a good chunk of my life. I've heard so many different spins on like different opinions that some of them use the death of the author mindset where it's where once the product is out, that person, it's kind of like fuck them. They do not matter in the grand scheme of this thing you're enjoying. And then I have some that do, and I can't. I'm gonna be honest with you, I can't blame them that feel uncomfortable just knowing.
Yeah, if you feel that way, I'm not
the money.
Definitely.
No, I know you're not. I know you're not. Trust me, 100. Matt, I know I 100% know that because you're actually a good human being. But and for me personally, like I'm gonna be honest, I couldn't give a fuck less about Harry Potter. That was never my thing. I don't think it's bad or anything. It's just not for me. But that's just kind of my thing. It's more or less, my opinion, and I don't know how much my view counts, but buying the game is not what makes you a transphobe. It's how you actually treat and talk about trans people that makes you a transphobe.
Exactly.
So, if you're a person that buys the game and if you're buying the game for some reason to spite trans, because I've seen a few comments like that, you might need therapy, lots of it, or maybe just or go away for a very long time. If you're making people feel bad for being excited about the game, you also need a form of therapy. People need to start acting like people again, and remembering we're much more complex and complicated than a black and white answer to things. Where we don't function in such a way. I know there are some out there that are like, I'm boycotting it just because of that, and that's fine. To me, boycotting it is much more noble than buying it because of. Oh, that's much more. I think I appreciate the people. I mean, how about this? If you're buying it because someone told you no, that's fine. I kind of get that. I kind of have that same mentality for certain things. But if you're buying it because I know where the money's going, and you're happy because it makes people upset.
Because J.K. Rowling's getting some money, then you're weird. You're kind of
you're a weird
person.
But I won't be getting it. I mean, I don't really have any interest in it.
That's fair.
I didn't care for that last. It's just because I don't know. Harry Potter's never really been my thing. I need the things to die in massive quantities.
Yeah, and that's the thing for me. I've never been interested in Harry Potter. It's just when I saw the the magic in that game, I was like, wow, that looks reminded me of Forspoken, where I was like, I didn't know what Forspoken was, and then I saw the actual gameplay, and I was like, wow, that looks fantastic. So it was the same way. I don't really care about Harry Potter, though. Books, movies, I don't care about that stuff.
I don't blame you. It's fucking kind of lame looking, in my opinion. But that's all I'm gonna say. I mean, not the game.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you're allowed to think that. What's up, Pam?
No, I was just gonna say. Speaking of Forspoken, they had the 10-minute trailer about that.
Yep.
What'd you think of that 10-minute trailer? I'm gonna actually answer first before I let you go, and I'm gonna tell you that I thought the killing looked cool. The idea, which I'm not sure if it works yet, is a fun idea. But the NPCs in that game look like shit. Now, I don't mean like texture-wise at all.
Which game?
I'm just talking about like just the matching with vocals and the general interaction of walking up to the NPC and talking to them. It felt really dull. Like that part just like almost didn't even make too much sense to me. But the game still looks really interesting, and the fighting part of that looked really fun. And the way that some of your enemies erect are pretty insane as well. So you'll end up fighting like a bunch of animals and stuff like that because they're like possessed or something. which I thought was pretty dope because you're not only just fighting like the same type of enemy, you're also fighting nature that has been corrupted in some sort, which I thought was cool. But the general interaction between walking up to something seemed a bit sus.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, well, I wouldn't disagree with that. As far as like interaction with AI in that game, looks pretty underwhelming. Especially at this stage of development, you would think, they'd be a little. If it was going to look much better than that, it would already look much better than that.
Right.
You would feel like that would be the case. So I'm not expecting a whole lot from that area of the game. The thing that gets me excited, which is the thing that you said looks pretty good in that game, I think it looks fantastic, and that is the combat in that game. Now, to touch on the interaction, like the interaction in that game, honestly, I played and beat. I'm trying to. Well, I can't even do that for that game, but like I played and beat the first Horizon. Honestly, the combat in that game is not that good, and the player interaction with NPCs looks worse than what it did in Forspoken to me. So if I can play and beat that, but like if I can get that, but the combat's really good, it's this really good magic based combat, then yeah, I'm totally down for that. I'm not like, I don't think Forspoken's going to set the world on fire. I think that game's going to come out realistically, probably score, if I had to go Metacritic, probably score somewhere like 75 to 83, somewhere in there. And it'll be a good enough game where people will enjoy it, and then you'll have people who hate it. And I think I'm going to be one of the people who enjoys it. I'm pretty hyped for that. The combat, every time I see it, it sells me more on the game. I'm interested to know more about the actual world, though. I guess we'll see more about that leading up to launch. But yeah, I'm interested to find out more about the actual world because I'm sold on the combat. The animation, not the animation, but the interaction is what it is at this point, I feel like. But yeah, just show me more on the world. What's the actual setting? What's the story? Hopefully we get some sort of story trailer here soon. But yeah, I'm hyped. And I thought it was a good showing for the most part.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was a mediocre showing of it.
Okay.
Like I wish they would have nailed that part where they were talking with the NPCs and whatnot, but it made me feel like they had stuff to work on and they were just kind of like, screw it. That's the feeling that I kind of got for that part. But let's hope that the gameplay actually supersedes that, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I mean, not to say that story shouldn't matter, but like at the end of the day, you're not just listening to the story. 90% of the time you want to be fighting and doing shit in the game. That's the piece that matters for that specific kind of game. But did anybody else have anything else left for takes or anything?
No. I don't think so. Not for me.
Because I'm gonna be flat out honest. To me, there was a lot of news, but not a whole lot of good, let's go kind of news for me. As for this week, there was some really cool stuff seen in the showcase, but a lot of it I seen it coming. Other than like Lies of P and Atlas Fallen, which was another pretty dope game to see.
Lies of P, dude. That's awesome.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, I'm not too blown away by this last week. It's just good to see that there is stuff still being worked on and stuff coming out soon. The Callisto Protocol thing looked pretty interesting, but at the same time, it was a little dull for me in one specific spot. And that was just seeing that combat of that guy using the same thing twice to kill both enemies before getting cut in half. I thought that was a little late. Is either lazy by the person playing the game, or or maybe that's like an early part of the game where you only have that move.
Could be.
That's the excuses I'm giving for it.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? And it could be just something that I or you are not picking up on, that they just really wanted to show and drive home there, and maybe that's why they did the same thing twice. I would assume, I would hope. I don't know what that is, because it's
I
like
think
I just
the driving home part for that would be using environment to kill.
Yeah, and that's something that I guess you would want to show off. You would want to, but I just feel like there are probably better ways to show that off, and the entirety of your game. I would imagine there's at least a few better ways to show that off. But they did what they did, and I'm still hyped for the game. I got it pre-ordered. I don't got to worry about that. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually playing through Dead Space 1 and 2 again because I'm a sick person. But I mean, not
Great
doing
game.
that. Dude, those games are so fucking good. And
dude, I need to play them. I only played a little bit of, but dude, I'm so want to go back. I'm scared.
They're scary games. I can't.
They're actually like horrifying. Like
just really quick, because I don't want to go on too long about it. But it's like the only reason I was able to get through those games is because the first time I really sat down and tried to get into them, I was in a party, and then I got used to like, oh, I'm talking, and yeah, this stuff is scary, but I'm not really focusing on it. And then when I wasn't in a party and I had my headphones on playing it, I was just like, yeah, I was just like, yeah, fuck it, I'm just plowing through. I always had this sense like something scary is gonna happen. Fuck it, I'm just plowing through. Get to the next part. Like I'm expecting the scary thing as opposed to just constantly being on edge.
Yeah,
which makes it easier to deal with.
Makes it easier for you. I was playing the first BioShock and it didn't fucking matter.
Oh, that dude, BioShock 1 it's hilarious because I beat Infinite and then I went to 1 and I was like, what the fuck is this? This is a legit horror game.
Dude, the introduction to that game will always fuck me up with that slicer. That was so scary as a kid, dude. Or whatever the fuck they're called.
Dragging his claw on that metal thing as you're
coming. Oh, Jesus, dude. I still think about that.
It's such an unnecessarily not expected scary game. It really isn't expected.
Exactly.
No, but I will say I was just gonna get my powers and try to use them to the best of my abilities, but it's like these like psychos all around me are like not only are they around me, but like they're using things within the game to try to get me uncertain and lost and alone feeling.
Yep. And what's funny about that is once you beat that and you go to BioShock 2, you're going to be like, what the hell happened? It's going to be like, this game is not like the first. Like it's in the same setting kind of as the first one, but it's not a horror game. It's not. And Infinite's definitely not a horror game.
Right. So no. It's just horror in the sense of like, I don't know how awful that reality is.
Like a dystopian. Yeah, it's like a dystopian reality where like really terrible things are just everyday thing. But I mean,
and that part with the married couple was just fucking. That part, as a kid, that stuck with me.
That is a fucked
that
up
really
game.
Stuck. Teen, whatever.
But yeah, the first one I will say is definitely scary. I cannot disagree with you there.
Gotcha. All right. Well, we're pretty much hit the end of the show. I kind of want to get cutting here soon. It has been an hour and 55 minutes that the stream has been running. Let's go on ahead and go over our forever over or underrated games and get up out of here.
Okay.
So, Hard Days, Mike, I'm going to pick on you first on this one. What is your over or underrated game?
Half-Life Ricochet.
What?
Underrated or overrated?
Either. You just pick one.
Underrated.
Like every other week.
Ricochet. Half-Life mod.
I've never even heard
You're bouncing around. You're bouncing around on like little pads. It's kind of like Tron, and you're just throwing discs at people's heads that decapitate them. It's great. I loved it. And the dying animation when you fall off the platform is horrifying, and it's burned into my brain for the rest of my life. So It's great. It's fun. It died like immediately when it came out. I loved it as a kid. I thought it was silly. And I'm pretty sure you can get it for free now. I'm pretty sure they released it. So
nice.
It's a banger. It's a banger. It's a banger.
Fantastic. Well, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
All right, Matt. What do you got? What you got loaded for the day?
So I'm gonna go a game like last week that is not technically underrated, but it's underrated in the series, and that is Call of Duty 4. Because everyone goes Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is better than Modern Warfare 1. I don't think it is. I think Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare is the better game. I feel like the perk system was much simpler, and it required much more skill. Like, not much more, but it required a higher amount of skill than the second one. Whereas, like, you could go fucking crazy with the perks. And by the third one, it was just, God, I don't know what was happening in the third one. Still fun games, but it's like, the first Modern Warfare is just the best. It's just the best. And the campaign is fucking fantastic also. So definitely for me, it's Call of Duty 4.
I'm going to go in the same series, different game.
Okay.
I feel like this game gets overshadowed because of how big the previous one was. But I think the most underrated Call of Duty game, in my opinion, was Modern Warfare 3.
That wasn't a bad one. That really wasn't a bad game. I enjoyed it.
Modern Warfare 3 underrated? Yes. I'd happily
underrated versus in the comparisons of Modern Warfare 2, because everybody remembers well, Shay, you can throw one in there, but I think Modern Warfare 3 is easily better than 1, in my opinion.
Hey, everyone,
but like, to me, Modern Warfare 3 was literally Modern Warfare 2 with a few stickers on it. That's what it felt like to me.
Yeah.
The campaign wasn't as good as 2. Sure. I mean, 2 had no Russian, which is like, you just can't really beat that. I mean, good luck to even this new Modern Warfare.
I was right about 1. I was right from the start.
Standard. Wait, what happened?
It is his PS power supply.
There we go. Yeah.
There you go.
I'm so smart. I'm so handsome and smart. Sorry. I'm fucking losing my mind. Sorry. Go on.
That's good for him. All right. But yeah, what you're saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, something about the multiplayer and Modern Warfare 3 I felt like was just a smidge better. And I think it's just because of the maps that were in 2 were pretty much in 3.
Yeah.
Except there was more maps and there were more modes as well. They had my favorite 2v2, 1v1, 3v3. That was introduced in 3. What's that?
I was gonna say, why I don't give it to Modern Warfare 3 over Modern Warfare 2 is because they took out a game mode that I cared about that no one else did. Everyone else fucking hated it.
I know what it is.
And it's third-person team tactical. They took it out in Modern Warfare 3, and that hurt me. No, it didn't hurt anyone else, apparently, because nobody fucking played it other than me and like a few friends, but it was really fun in Modern Warfare 2.
Man, that's a mode
I thought that shit was atrocious. Actually, no, I didn't. Dude, I actually thought it was okay. But go on.
If you could play that now, I'm sure the servers are fucked. They're probably hacked to shit. But if there was a way to play it now, like the way it was back in the day, dude, it was as close as we'll ever be to SOCOM again. It wasn't SOCOM. It wasn't as good as SOCOM, but it was like as close as we would probably get. Like Ghost Recon games online, probably another good example, but it was like a in between Ghost Recon and SOCOM, and it was really, really fun.
Okay.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean that's interesting. I would have liked to try that because I love third person shooters.
It's really good.
I like those kind of games. But anyways, I think that's enough for today's show. We just hit we gotta get going because time constraints and whatnot. So yeah, it was another fun episode. Yeah, definitely time to play some video games, especially for me. I've been out of town trying to get back into this Death Stranding, see what it's all about. But Matt, going ahead and let everybody know where they can find you. Then Mike, going ahead and do so, and I'll take us up out of here.
All right, so it's at
you can find me at Matt Likes Game on YouTube.
It's Hard Days Mike on Twitter and Twitch. You can check out my Doom gameplay clips. I'm ranked like number 7 in the world. I'm really good at Doom. So
rank
yeah,
19.
check that out. But yeah, no, it's at Matt Likes Games on Twitter, and then Matt Likes Games on YouTube. Videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then I'm thinking about doing something in between those days. I'm not entirely sure. We will see. But every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for sure. So definitely check me out, Twitter and YouTube.
All right. And then Hard Days Mike, go on ahead.
You can find me at Hard Days Mike on Twitter and on Twitch. Yeah, and that's pretty much it.
All right, cool. And then me, HamSolo05 Gaming. You can find me on Twitter at HamSolo05 Gaming. And then you can also find me here every Sundays at 7 o'clock in the Lord's time, that is Central, and then 8 o'clock Eastern. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, you can find me on Behind Them Sticks with random guests all over the world. I got a few dope people coming by this week. Mads Gaming, and then also Mike Bison coming through as well. So it'll be fun having those guys come on. I'm really excited for the interview that I do have scheduled, but I don't have announced yet for Jerry Hook. I did get that.
Nice.
I did get that situated though and figured out. I will be doing an interview with him. He has agreed, and I'm down. So in case anybody doesn't know who Jerry Hook is, he was one of the lead designers for Halo for since I believe Halo 4, because he was on 343. Yep. And he's just stopped working at 343 this past, I want to say, March, and he opened up his own studio where he's working on some stuff. So I'm really interested to talk to him and see what that has all been like. Yep. Jar Sparks is the name of the studio, in case you want to look it up or check it out. But yeah, I'll be talking to him here soon and seeing what's been going on with him, how he got big into gaming and all that interesting stuff. So make sure you guys check that out. That will be happening in September, but I haven't yet. I put a date on it, but I just haven't announced it yet on my channel. So I'm waiting to do that. So you guys have a good rest of the day. I hope you had a good weekend. We'll see you back here next Sunday.
Good morning, Too Big. See
ya. Oh yeah, good morning, Too Big.
Morning, Too Big. Have a good morning, dude. Have a good day.
Too-Big.
I know you're just starting the day. Go to hell, Too Big. True. That was fucking funny.